Busted appliance? This is your sign to upgrade. Shop at Lowe's to get up to 35% off and next day delivery on hundreds of major appliances. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 3/18 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. Order by 4 p.m. Available Monday through Saturday. Subject to availability. Fees, exclusions, and restrictions apply. See Lowes.com/appliance delivery for more details.
Visit your nearby Lowe's on East 17th Avenue in Hutchinson.
Hey, this is U.S. Olympic gold medalist Tara Davis-Woodhull.
And I'm U.S. Paralympic gold medalist Hunter Woodhull.
As athletes, our lives are about having a clear path.
And a team that you can absolutely trust.
So when it came to getting the best mortgage,
we chose PennyMac.
PennyMac is proud to be the official mortgage provider of Team USA and you.
Learn more at pennymac.com. PennyMac Loan Services, LLC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS ID 35953. Licensed by the Department of Financial Protection and Innovation under the California Residential Mortgage Lending Act. Conditions and restrictions may apply.
Magnesium supplements? You've mastered that. Now take it to the next level. Upgrade to Solar Ray Magnesium Glycinate from the #1 magnesium brand in health food stores. With a 50-year legacy of quality and trust, Solar Ray triple tests every raw ingredient for identity, purity, and potency. The result? Expertly chelated magnesium for powerful muscle, bone, and relaxation support that fits your daily stack. Shop Solar Ray Magnesium Glycinate on Amazon or solarray.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Support for the show comes from Public, the investing platform for those who take it seriously. On Public, you can build a multi-asset portfolio of stocks, bonds, options, crypto, and now generated assets, which allow you to turn any idea into an investable index with AI. It all starts with your prompt. From renewable energy companies with high free cash flow to semiconductor suppliers growing revenue over 20% year over year, you can literally type any prompt and put the AI to work. It screens thousands of stocks, builds a one-of-a-kind index, and lets you backtest it against the S&P 500. Then you can invest in a few clicks. Generated assets are like ETFs with infinite possibilities, completely customizable and based on your thesis, not someone else's. Go to public.com/podcast and earn an uncapped 1% bonus when you transfer your portfolio. That's public.com/podcast. Paid for by Public Investing. Brokerage services by Open to the Public Investing Inc. Member FINRA and SIPC. Advisory services by Public Advisors LLC, SEC registered advisor. Generated assets is an interactive analysis tool. Output is for informational purposes only and is not an investment recommendation or advice. Complete disclosures available at public.com/disclosures.
Reminiscence a mission this day and age. Kelly and Thelma, and we're turning the page. We're talking family matters. It's about those times. Telling what happened. Read between the lines. Come on by with Kelly and me. Welcome to the family. Take us out, Kelly. Woo!
Welcome to the family, y'all.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
I'm Thelma.
And I'm Kelly.
And in the 90s, we both starred in a little sitcom called Family Matters.
And for today, we rewatched season 1, episode 3 of the show called Short Story. We'll get into that in a minute. But first, I got to check in with my girl. What's up, girl?
Girl, reality. You know how they say black don't crack? Well, that may be true, but it does sag. Girl, I was walking the other day, and I kept thinking somebody was trying to get my attention. I kept turning around, who is trying to touch me? And then as I walked along, I realized that, and don't take this the wrong way, I was touching myself. The butt that used to be up there is going down there, and it's doing things, girl.
Oh,
so that's my reality. That's what's up with me.
Okay.
And down.
And that's so funny that's what's up with you, because what's up with me is rewatching these episodes and talking to you and seeing you now. I'm actually wondering whether or not you're a vampire, because you look exactly the same all these years later. And I'm sitting over here looking like Jane Pittman at the end.
Well, I'm going to give you that check as soon as I see you. I'm gonna give you that check.
Listen, honey, I only act when I'm getting paid and you ain't paying me.
Oh.
So listen, before we get started, for real, what do you do? Like, you look freaking fabulous. Like, what are you doing?
Nothing. And that's what I found out. When I first started getting older, I was trying to do everything. I was massaging and oils. And I found out that the less I do, the better my skin likes it.
Really?
Yeah. The one thing that I'm having a problem with is sleeping through the night.
Mm-hmm.
That would probably help too. But I don't really do anything. My grandmother used to say this, and I know she said, whatever you do, you wear it on your face. So I feel like I've had a good life, and I look pretty good for my age.
You sure do. Pretty good. I was like, is Detroit code word for Transylvania? You a daggone vampire?
Girl, you got kids. That's what's wrong with you. You got them kids.
They running me into the ground.
You got them kids.
Yeah.
Well,
all right.
Are we going to talk about this show?
Let's talk about it.
Let's get into it.
Okay.
Now, today we're talking all about Short Story, which was the third episode of the first season of Family Matters.
Mm-hmm. In this episode, the Winslow family is a little bit upset because they realize they're the character in Rachel's short story that she sold to a magazine.
Mm-hmm. That's right. That's right. This episode aired on Friday, October 6, 1989. Now, Kelly, what was happening in the world on that day?
Well, the number one song in the country on the Billboard Hot 100 was Janet Jackson's Miss You Much. Now, I know you have a personal connection with her.
Miss you much. I know I miss you much. Yes, I did a show with Janet. It was called A New Kind of Family. It was with Eileen Brennan, Rob Lowe, Lori Hindler, and myself and Janet Jackson. Mm-hmm. That's also where I met Bob. So, yeah, she played my daughter when she was 12. She was such a cutie pie. And that's where our relationship really sort of started.
And now also, that was the week that MC Lyte released her second album called Eyes on This. And you also work with her, too, on
work with on Half and Half, yeah. Oh, she's so talented.
Yeah.
And such a pretty girl and so good at what she does.
Yeah.
So
nice lady.
That was a pleasure, yeah. What else?
This show was ranked 37 on the Nielsen ratings, right? And we had a 13.1 share.
Is that good? I can't remember.
That's good. The highest rated show right now usually has a 10 share.
Wow. So we were doing well.
Well, there wasn't as much competition back then either. Now there's a million shows.
They had 3 networks, basically. And we were one of the 3.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, up until this time, we never did a cold open, which is like how do you describe it?
Well, it's like a scene that comes up before the titles of the show. So instead of it starting with our song and us and all that stuff, it started with an actual scene and segues into the titles of the show. And then it segues into the actual show. I had not noticed that.
Right.
But I noticed in the next couple of shows that must have been something that started. Why was that done that way? I like it, but it was kind of surprising because I wasn't expecting it.
It's commonplace now, but before then, they didn't really do that. Okay, now also, I see the beginning of the show, you done brought a large pizza for 8 people.
Rachel was on a budget.
A budget?
You lucky. You know she don't have a real job. So she was on a budget. At least she was thinking of you.
My character, Laura, was the mail lady for the family. So she brings in all the mail, and she actually gets a letter from Barbara Bush to Mother Winslow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know she knew everybody.
Everybody.
And I think in real life, she probably knew a lot more people than we know about because she opened all the doors for us, you know? So I wouldn't be surprised if she actually did know Barbara Bush. You know, when you think about it, that's such an offhanded remark, but she also said she met Ernest Hemingway. Now, I don't know if we should believe her or not, but she did say he was all sizzle and no steak. So she may have known him better than we know.
Right. Now, your character also gets a rejection letter from a sci-fi magazine of a story that you sent to about a truck driver with tattoos that turned into an alien. You know, some of this stuff was just plain old crazy.
Well, yeah, it was crazy. But I think Rachel was a little crazy as well. She was at least willing to get out there and try. But even for me, that story is a little crazy. But I think that was really just to set up the rejection so that we could move into her utter rejection from the entire family.
Right. That part.
Yeah, that became part of her backstory. But as we go through this, you will see that Rachel will try anything to try to make a living.
That's when we learned that you were a writer, too, on the show.
Yeah. Actually, Joe Marie solidified it because I was thinking, did we talk about me being a writer before that?
No.
But this was the show that set that up. But then, you know, again, she tried some of everything. Girl, I want to talk to you about your daddy, who apparently is working from home all the time. I mean, why is he always at home?
Don't talk about my daddy. At least he got his uniform at home. Maybe he's just policing the house.
Yeah, well, he need to go police somewhere else. him and the horse he rode in on. But anyway,
Right.
as per Carl, just like he always is, fussing about something, this week,
Let me guess. Cheap.
the water.
Oh,
We are
okay.
using too much water. Apparently, we are bathing too often. We can't do anything. The water
Okay.
bill is too high. He wants us to stop. Anyway, with the chaos that ensues because he is always fussing about something,
Right.
you give me the idea of writing a story about our family.
Yes.
And you use a very strange line to do it, but we could get away with that sort of thing back then, where
Right.
you, I believe, 12-year-old, tells me that people love stories about domestic violence.
Can you imagine saying that now?
Nope.
Baby, they would have Me Too'd your behind right off TV.
We'd be part of the march, and not in
Right.
a good way.
As saccharine as the show was back then, now just how culture is now, you would think that some of this stuff would have come up, but you could just totally say whatever back then. I guess it didn't mean the same thing.
Well, yeah, and we did have censors back then, too. So if we did get out of line, they just stop it. It was
Right.
different then. Now you can get away with saying a whole lot of stuff you couldn't say then. But back to our story, because, of course, that's why we're here.
So Carl comes in with the water bill. So
Mhm.
he's going to tamp down on everybody doing everything so to get the bills lower.
Right.
And your character is getting rejection letter after rejection letter from magazines all
Why
over
it
the
got to be
world.
rejection letter after rejection letter? It was only
Well,
one.
it's not you,
Good
Telma.
grief.
Telma's brilliant.
Oh,
Rachel,
okay. Well,
not so
make
much.
it plain, girl. Make it plain.
Rachel, not so much.
Oh,
Okay.
that's true. She was like a big old kid.
Yeah.
Poor baby.
Yeah. So that was the first episode where they introduced you being a writer.
Mhm.
Do you remember anything about... John, do you remember anything?
Yeah, just stop with that. No.
That part.
Now we can go on.
Right.
But you're suggesting that I write about the family is what sets up the whole show, really,
Mhm.
because I take your advice and write, and everybody hates me for it.
Well, nobody told you to write about people's personal business.
You said write about the family. Harriet told me to write about what I know. I know the family, so I wrote about, I mean, not me personally, but Rachel.
Right.
Rachel wrote what she knew. And I don't know how she thought in her head that nobody would know that it was the family, but apparently she's dense at times.
Right.
She got her dumb blind moments.
Right. It wasn't Carl. It was Mara was the name. So it wasn't Laura. It was
Cora. It wasn't Mother Winslow. It was
Ooh.
Mama Denslow. or something. We had to change everything.
Ooh, you smart.
But the but the fact of the matter is that was a successful story because
Yeah.
it sold.
Mhm.
And everybody was excited about that until they read it. You complained, and you have a lot of nerve to complain about anything.
Mhm.
You seem to think that I had made you look like somebody you were not. You were all about being a smart mouth, know-it-all kid. And you had the nerve to get upset with me because I called you on it.
Well, yeah. Nobody likes to be called on the carpet. But more importantly, I loved the interaction that you had with Joe on the show,
Oh, yeah.
which was so deep as sisters.
Yeah.
Your sister's kind of like your first best friend.
Right.
So,
And it's also the person that you can talk about, but
mhm.
nobody else better say
better
anything
not.
about him.
Right.
Because that's breaking the law as far as we're concerned. And I think it's funny, Jo Marie playing her sister was so easy. And it's funny because she has that type A kind of
Yeah.
strong, you know, powerful personality anyway.
Right.
Rachel was like a big baby half the time.
Right.
But it was easy to play her sister, even though in real life, I'm the oldest. And nobody knew that. But she always seemed
Right.
like the older sister.
Yeah.
Her whole
demeanor.
demeanor was that of someone who takes care of everyone. She reminds
Sure.
me of my grandmother, actually, and that kind of personality, because my grandmother tried to take care of everybody that she ran into.
Right.
And I think Joe's personality on the show was to be the fixer and the
Right.
glue, the one that held it together.
How do you feel about that? Because you often get cast as artsy, fabulous,
Younger.
but you're totally that too. I mean, you did it with me. You are totally the archetype. You strong. You take in strays. You feed folks. You always on. You on the.
Taking
You,
strays.
well, I
I
was a
do.
stray.
I
You
do. I don't know, Kelly. Honestly, when I try to backtrack and think about how our relationship became so close and our families, and I think about us doing holidays together and everything,
Yeah.
I don't even know how that came about. But in that period of time, I usually got cast younger than I was because my characters were
I
were
told
usually
you.
silly and, like you said, artsy and all of that.
Either you a vampire
Girl,
or you
stop
done
it.
found the youth.
Well, I don't know about either one of those. But yeah, it was easy to play Joe's younger sister because she felt like an older sister. And
Right.
it was just an easy thing to fall into. Like with you, I'd have to say with everyone, because of all the shows I've done, I think Family Matters is one show that never felt like the people weren't who they were supposed to be on camera. It really felt like you were my niece.
Sure.
He was my nephew. Brighton was my baby. Joe was my, it really felt real
Yeah.
to me. They say if it ain't on the page, it ain't on the stage. If it was on the page, we did it.
Right.
And it was natural. And I think that's what really made people tune in, because it was like watching someone in your family. I remember somebody telling me that they invited me into their house more than they invited their family into their house. So, they had to like you to turn you on and to watch you like that. I think that had a lot to do with our strength.
Well, that's great art too. I mean, you want people to feel something. You want them to feel that it is actually real.
Yeah.
Even in circumstances that are far different than your own life. So that's good.
Yeah. I was laughing about the looks that you all give me when I'm all excited. I've had everything written up and you all are reading it, and I'm going down thinking y'all just going to be patting me on my back and telling me how wonderful I am. And the look.
Yeah.
When I said, well, what do you think? The look that you all give me is so black.
Right.
So
Black
real.
people know about the look.
They know about the look.
Usually it's from your mama, but you were getting it from your nieces and nephews?
Getting it from everybody.
Yes.
Now, Joe Marie gave you a look like that. Do you remember what it was when you came in the kitchen and you wanted to find out if you could have pizza in your room if you had a fight with your sister?
It's the universal Black woman look where if you go any further, it's certain death. You mean that look?
Yeah, that look. I remember a story with my son when he was younger. We were going to a Dodgers game, which was like the end all and be all of his life, with a friend of ours. And because we had some time between the time that we were leaving for the game, that particular time I decided I'd go to the store and do some grocery shopping. Well, I took a little too long at the grocery store and I came back, and he was in the car with my friend and his best friend. When I tell you, seemed like he shot out of the window, and he was so upset. He was just, where have you been? Oh, girl. Now, I had to stop, slowly turn my head to look at him. And he was just, I just wanted to know, because we're going to be late. And I was so tickled. I wanted to laugh because it was that look. I didn't have to do anything else. He slunk back to the car, then came back and helped me take the groceries in. And he didn't have nothing else to say. That's a look that you don't have to explain it.
Exactly.
I don't care how old you are. It still works. If my grandmother was alive and I said something, she turned around and looked at me, I shut the heck up.
Right.
It's that look that just breaks you down to childhood again.
It's so funny how we have so many things that are built into the culture. Like, everybody knows that look. I know kids who were not, structurally really disciplined like me, that when they come in contact with that look, they already know the energy.
Right.
It stops them in their tracks. It doesn't even matter if your parents were not strict parents. They knew what they were dealing with. You dealing with a nut.
Don't make her go there.
Don't
make her go there. I would try my grandmother. I would try it on her, because I hung out with a lot of Jewish girls when I was going to school, and they could get away with murder. They was always like slamming doors and running upstairs and just, yelling at their mom, and your mom was, I'm going to tell your father as soon as he gets home. And I would be like, man, that is really cool. So I went home one day.
You ain't that crazy.
I was that crazy. I went home, and my grandmother, she probably just said hello or something, but I was so ready to fly off the handle. I was like, I hate you. I hate you. And I ran off into my room. Girl, to this day, I swear, I think she took the door off the hinges.
She did.
I don't remember her opening the door. It was just like the door was there and then the door was gone. And she was standing in the doorway. Of course, she took up the whole doorway. I probably peed a little on myself by that time. And she was so quiet. She just said, "What did you say?" I don't know. I was just, because her mama said that she could do it. And I was trying.
Backpedaling.
Oh, girl.
Maybe you could have went to the Olympics with that backstroke.
That look, they didn't have to do anything after. The look was to put the fear in you.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't have to do anything else. But the look of just disappointment and Joe's character was really hurt.
Mm-hmm.
But, Rachel didn't mean to do any harm. That's not her head. She was all excited because she had used her family to do something good as far as she was concerned. She doesn't have a lot of foresight. She doesn't look into the future and try to figure out what's going to happen. She's just about the moment. So in that moment, she thought she had done something great. I think it was disappointing all the way around because she didn't get what she wanted from you all either.
Right. And again, this is another thing looking back on it. You can fuss and fight, but ultimately, family does what they're supposed to do. There's a certain mechanism that just kicks in where everybody falls into place and they know what to do.
Yeah.
I love that part of it.
I love it when Joe Marie gets so mad at everything. And one of my favorite lines, I remember we used to use it all the time, was when she was trying to explain to me why she felt the way she felt. And she goes, "Your words speak louder than your words." It's like, okay, what does that mean? I don't know. I'm fired up. We use that. I don't know. I'm fired up. Yeah. We use that all the time. That was so funny to me because you do get so upset sometimes that you just say stuff that doesn't make sense, but you know exactly what you mean.
Right.
And that just tickled me because that to me was just how sisters are. Just ridiculous sometimes.
For you, what was it like playing her sister in hindsight?
It was fun. Like I said, it was so easy to do. And there were certain things that she and I could bond on. And we'll see it later in the season where there are really reasons why they are as close as they are and why Harriet is as protective of her as she is. But like I said, that's later on. Like I said, I loved playing her sister because I'm the oldest in my family. I'm the oldest of 4 girls. So to get to play somebody's little
younger
sister it was fun for me. You have a younger sister as well.
I do.
But you grew up with your sister. I did not grow up with all my sisters all at once. We were together at different times. And we've had some of those sister bump head moments and hurt feelings or feeling left out and all of that sort of thing because of our history. But we are really working and have been for the last few years, really working on just hanging tough and doing what our grandmothers really wanted was for us to really stick together no matter what. So we've really been working towards that. And I'm excited about that.
Yeah, I love that the show highlighted that too, because in my family, we love so hard that we also are at the end of it. And I'm like this with you also, because you had to check me sometimes, but at the end of it, that you know that it's love, so you can go there.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like not pretty at all.
Right. And it doesn't have to be pretty. It just has to be true. Everything in a sitcom is not funny. Some things are lessons. And I'm very proud of the fact that every show we're on show 3, but in watching the shows as more of an audience, I'm really touched and proud of the fact that our shows had substance, that there was something to be said, something to be learned, some little pearl of wisdom. In this particular show, you are one of the people that give Rachel's character that pearl of wisdom.
Yeah.
I've forgotten how that started.
Right.
That you and Judy had set that up. I have forgotten that part of it.
Right.
So I was like really into the, oh my God, learning about you can fight with your sister, but don't let that tear you apart. Yeah, I love the fact that you and Jamie had put that together to help your mom and your aunt with their problem. I thought that was so sweet because I had forgotten that.
That's also another benefit of watching the show. Like I remember it was often discussed about how Jamie left, but how much fun we had while she was on the phone.
Oh, she was so
good.
That
chick is a spitfire. She knew everything all the time. She knew everything, and what she didn't know ain't worth knowing.
Okay.
right?
She was so good in that role. She was
Mhm.
funny. She was feisty. And considering she wasn't in the pilot, she came into the second show and just fit right in like that.
Yeah, she came in hot.
Yep, she really did. She was funny. You had to really jump into your relationship with Jamie. What was it like working with her? Because I know she was a fast study. She took no prisoners.
Right.
But what was it like? Because you all seemed like, you really did seem like she was your little sister.
They say that you become a expert at something after you spend about 10,000 hours doing something. We spend a lot of time together, the kids on the show. We went over each other's houses on the weekends. We supported each other in other things that we were interested in doing. And I enjoyed her sister. She has 2 other sisters. I spent a lot of time with them.
About them. Yeah.
Jimmy and Tara. So it was good. It was easy. It was easy work. Like the ease at which we all got along
Yeah.
cannot be overstated. Jill Scott has a song called Easy Conversation that just explains it in that way. It's like, I can't explain how easy it was. It just was that.
Yeah. How about your sister? What's your relationship like now with your sister, your real sister?
Actually, it's funny that you're talking about how Joe was really a traditional sister on the show, the traditional older sister. My sister runs the whole family.
Really?
I often say this, parents always say, oh, we don't have a favorite. My sister's my parents' favorite.
Are you sure?
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we don't have a favorite. But Marty's in control of everything if they die.
Marty Mart.
So my sister's the Joe Marie of the family.
That's
She tells
funny, 'cause
everybody where
she's
to
the
be and when.
youngest.
Exactly.
Wow.
But she has emerged as the queen bee.
Okay.
But I love it. I love it. 'Cause
That's great.
She's on it, though.
That's so funny.
Hey, this is U.S. Olympic gold medalist Tara Davis Woodhull.
And I'm U.S. Paralympic gold medalist Hunter Woodhull.
As athletes, our lives are about having a clear path.
And a team that you can absolutely trust.
So when it came to getting the best mortgage,
We chose PennyMac.
PennyMac is proud to be the official mortgage provider of Team USA and you.
Learn more at pennymac.com. PennyMac Loan Services, LLC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS ID 35953. Licensed by the Department of Financial Protection and Innovation under the California Residential Mortgage Lending Act. Conditions and restrictions may apply.
You've never been one to settle. Stand down or stand still. You're a lifelong learner, energized by excellence. There's a fire inside you you can't ignore. You've got competition to outrun, momentum to build on, and your own high standards to meet. Stop now? Not a chance. At Capella University, we help you catch what you're chasing because you've always had the drive. Now, go earn the degree. Capella University. What can't you do? Visit capella.edu to learn more.
Magnesium supplements? You've mastered the basics. Now it's time to optimize. If you're serious about dialing in your health, upgrading your magnesium isn't optional. It's the key to leveling up your whole body. That's where Solaray Magnesium Glycinate comes in. MagGly from the #1 magnesium brand in health food stores. Solaray has a 50-year legacy of delivering quality and trust in every capsule. Each ingredient is triple tested for identity, purity, and potency in Solaray's GMP certified facility in Ogden, Utah. That means what's on the label is what's in your bottle. No guesswork, just premium MagGly. Plus, it's chelated in-house for powerful muscle, bone, and relaxation support that's designed for optimal absorption and gentle digestion. It's the upgrade your routine's been waiting for. Shop Solaray Magnesium Glycinate on Amazon or Solaray.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Are you a fraud-paying American? It's a fact that 1 in 4 honest, hard-working, tax-paying Americans has been a victim of identity theft. With LifeLock Identity Theft Protection, though, if your identity is stolen, they fix it, guaranteed, and get you your money back. Last year, the IRS flagged over $16 billion in refunds for identity fraud. That's billions of dollars that could come from your salary, overtime, or second job. But this year, you don't need to stay a victim. LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second for your personal information and alerts you to threats you could easily miss on your own. And if your information does fall into the wrong hands, only LifeLock has U.S.-based restoration specialists who are backed by the $1 Million Protection Package. Because this tax season, fraud-paying American is something no American should have to claim. Visit LifeLock.com/iHeart and save up to 40% your first year. That's 40% off at LifeLock.com/iHeart. Terms apply.
What was it like for you coming from Maryland and having to move to Los Angeles? You came out here and it was a total life change for you all.
Yeah.
Your mom had to come out, your dad had to come out, your sister and brother were out. It was a life change.
Sure.
You came out as an unknown, basically, having done theater and known by the theater people, perhaps, but not known on television.
Right.
What was it like for you when the show really hit and you started going out and people were calling you, "Hey, Laura," or they recognized you from Family Matters? What was that like for you?
I think this is one of the great things about the show. I'm not a very gregarious person by nature. So I think at first it was really weird, like that people even care anything about you or that they notice. But the people who are fans of the show always feel like family to me. I guess the way that they receive the show is very familial to them. So they approach as if you're somebody they went to school with.
They know
or you were somebody from their church or something. So that was cool.
As the show grew, were you ever annoyed by the celebrity of it?
That's one of the great things that I love about the fans of the show. No, they have very specific stories about how they engage with the show, like people who didn't speak English and that's how they learned to speak English, or people who came from a very horrible family environment themselves and that they connected with the show because they wished that they were a part of the show.
Yeah. I have a friend who said we kind of saved him during his childhood because he had such a miserable childhood. He would watch the show and he felt like he was a part of it. That was where he would get his validation. That's where he would get to feel like he was a part of something that he could depend on. He could depend on every week we were going to be there.
Right.
Every week he was going to get to laugh and maybe cry or learn something. He said it really kind of saved him during his childhood.
Yeah.
But I wondered about whether you ever got annoyed because even though I had been on Bosom Buddies and Give Me a Break and all that, for some reason, Family Matters was a whole new level of crazy as far as popularity. When we would go out on the weekend, people would be all excited and they'd stop me, and a certain young man would be standing over there with his hands on his hips and shaking his head and all PO'd because, this is his time and all of that. And I had to kind of take him home and school him and show him why it was a good thing for him to be polite to these people that were bothering me in his time. I had to point out his PlayStation, everything that he had. I said, those people that stopped me at the mall, they bought that. When they stop stopping me, you won't have this. So it behoove you to get a better attitude when people do stop me. I had to explain to him the upside of it. Was that these people, as annoying as that might be in that moment, really were supporting us, basically. So I know it could get annoying sometimes, and that's why I wondered if you'd ever had that experience where you were trying to eat. I've had people push my food out of the way so they can... Yeah, people will do some stuff now so they could get my autograph or so they could talk, or people just come and park next to you and just start talking. It's like, oh, okay.
But as an actor, that's what you want. You want to provoke a certain feeling.
Yeah, I don't want them to provoke it while I'm with it.
Danny Glover, people who remember him from The Color Purple, they want to slap him. That you've actually done your work that well, that people want to engage. They invite you in some way or another, that they have a real feeling when they encounter you as your real person. They so associate you with the character. You've actually done something right because people want to engage in a way like it's real to them.
Yeah, but I know when I first started, when people would recognize me, I almost got insulted if they called me by my name or something. I don't know you. I mean, I had to get used to the fact that even though I didn't know them, they thought they knew me. I mean, it used to really throw me. It took me a while to get used to people knowing who I was. And remember when I started, I was in Tony, Orlando, and Dawn, so they knew me as Telma. So they would call me by my name, which would really just kind of freak
out,
me
like
out.
They knew you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had to get used to that kind of celebrity, so to speak.
Listen, honey, when it comes to you, my own mother thinks that you my mama. I think that because I was introduced to how to behave by you, I think that that's how I approach it also. You're very gracious, and you kind of like showed me how to interact with people.
Well, I thank you for that. You were an easy study. I mean, you were fun. We had some good times. I mean, you went with me to Atlanta.
Yep.
Wore my jumpsuit because you lost your clothes. There's just all kinds of stuff be going on. But yeah, our experience has been so funny. I mean, there have been probably times when I didn't talk to you for a year. Nothing has ever made a difference in our relationship. And I'm so appreciative of that. So appreciative of your dad and your mom, because they never, they just welcomed that extra person in. It was never like, oh, she's spending too much time with her, or why is she going here? Why is she asking her? It was always just family. And I am just very, very grateful and thankful for that. And I love our relationship.
So we also have to talk about the B story, which was Darius, the character Eddie, being a ladies' man, which is a sitcom in itself.
Yes, it is. And he was the only person that was happy with me. He just thought I was it. Oh, Darius. Oh, Darius.
So what do you think about Darius considering himself a ladies' man?
What was it, a slice of life? You know he thought he was. He still thinks it. And he could possibly be. Girl,
could he?
All I know is don't go on the road with him. That's all I got to say. We'll get into that when he's actually on the show, so I can dog him out in person.
Well, what you talking about? Because you were one of the people that he actually listened to, so.
He listened, but that don't mean nothing. Listening and then following your advice are two different things. He'd listen and then go do what he was going to do in the first
place. I can't wait to talk to him about that.
Oh, child, that boy gave me gray hair. And his mom, the other thing about the show was that, you know, all the parents were close too.
Right.
So Shay had the nerve to call me. We were going out to do this play. And she said, please take care of my baby. Don't let your nephew get no trouble. When I came back, I said, look, don't ever ask me to do nothing with your son again. That boy almost drove me crazy. Well, I was like, oh, girl, you should have been sending somebody to take care of me.
But I tell you one thing. I tell him this all the time. I'm like, you know how some people die with regrets?
He ain't gonna have
He
none.
is one person that has taken every ounce of life and lived it. He's lived like 10 lives. I'm not lying. I love it.
Yeah, he is something. But I thought that was kind of a little slice of life. I think the writers probably picked up on a little of his
bravado,
thinking he was Rico Suave. You know, it seemed like they kind of picked up on it and just gave a little tease to it.
Yeah.
Because he became more of a ladies' man later on in the show.
But that episode was really the jumping off point for that whole idea with that Bobby Brown haircut.
It's true, huh?
Okay.
Hey, who's your barber?
That's my brother. Okay, so we always have to get to the violin moment. What did you think about the makeup talk at the end?
Oh, with Joe Marie and I?
Yeah, with Harriet and Rachel.
It was the type of moment you kind of expect at the end of the show. I mean, I don't think anybody thought that we were going to go off the air that night and Joe and I wouldn't be speaking. Everything wouldn't be tied up with a little bow.
Mm-hmm.
But I liked the fact that even while she was telling me she wasn't like that, she was like that.
Right.
Because we don't always see ourselves the way other people see us.
What do you mean?
And what she thought was being protective, to me, was being overbearing.
Mm-hmm.
But I was too much a little sister to say it to her. So it was good to see us have a moment where I really could say, that is how you are with me.
Right.
And that is how I feel. And for her to realize it and be okay with it. And so we could get past it.
Right.
For her to understand that it wasn't that I was saying that I don't like my sister and I don't like how you treat me. I don't like what you do. It was that some things made me feel like I wasn't capable.
Mm-hmm.
And that's totally would not be her projection. She would want to make me feel stronger. But in her strength, I would fall back.
Right.
So it was nice to see Rachel kind of stand up and at least say it and be able to laugh about it, because when Joe realized that's what she was doing, it tickled her too.
Mm-hmm.
So I like that. Yeah.
Now, in a completely unrelated topic, I noticed on the show, honey, you was giving looks every episode. I think most of the budget went for your wardrobe.
Oh, girl, stop. Stop it.
You was beat down.
I know. They did do a great job. And then let me give a shout out to Gina Triconis, who was our wardrobe mistress at that time, and Palmer Woods. You know, Palmer and I started back on Give Me a Break.
Right.
So he had dressed me and
he had you
Mother
fabulous on
Winslow.
there too. You can look back and say, honey, you was snatched from the giddy up.
Well, I loved it. She was like modern day Annie Hall. I love the hats and the saddle shoes and the socks and the hair with the scarf tied up in it. She had a look that was unlike anybody else on TV, and I loved that. Especially nobody black who was dressing like that. I remember I went home with one of those socks, and you remember when we were wearing socks and heels?
Mm-hmm.
Child, I went to Detroit. They almost ran me out of town. They almost burned me at the stake. My sister was, I'm not going out there with you with them socks on. I mean, she went off on me. I had to take off my socks. I couldn't look LA. And if you did wear them, people would come up to you from LA? But they just assumed
they knew
you were from LA if you were dressed anything unlike what they wore. And they wore some stuff in Detroit, child. But I did love my fashion on there. I really did. I had
Baby,
fun.
you was snatched. Oh, yes, indeed. That and Give Me a Break.
Yeah, well, Palmer dressed me on Give Me a Break. He also dressed me in real life. And I'm sure he influenced me on the show because he loved the look. And I love me some Palmer. He was a great, great guy.
Yeah.
I have pictures of us, I think, of maybe one of the last shows he did with us when we were at Disney World.
Uh-huh.
Brighton talked me into going on the Tower of Terror.
Oh, God. Yeah.
I got a picture of Palmer with his mouth stretched open as wide as his head. We were screaming like we did not have good sense. But he was a great guy, just a great person. And it was a pleasure for me to get to work with him, not on one show, but 2 long-running shows.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, you know, for me, I have to do my little look up facts. You know, I'm a A1 Googler.
Yes. I know you have an award and everything. Now, what are you talking about?
So, you know, I always like to look up some of the facts around that time of the episode.
Oh,
and so,
did you find out something interesting?
Yes.
Okay.
So freelance writers like the character Rachel would make 1 cent per word. Baby, you have to write like War and Peace to ever get paid.
At least it's bring home that pizza to feed the family.
That is crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. But I wonder how much they're making now.
Right.
Because I feel in some ways we're going backwards, but hopefully they're doing better than that. What else was going on then?
Okay, so the average water bill in Chicago would be between $10 to $30 per month. He complained about $10. Come on, man.
Oh, poor Reg. I mean, poor Carl.
Exactly.
Poor Reggie and Carl. That's funny. I saw something that you had written up here about how in 1989, the average price for a gallon of gas was $1, or about $2.50 in today's money.
Oh, wow.
And of course, the average price of a home in the U.S., not California apparently, was $148,000. What can you get for $148,000?
A tiny house with no electric.
Girl, come on. You can do a couple tiny houses for $148,000 because that's something I'm interested in, believe it or not.
Really?
I love the whole thought of a tiny home. I was trying to figure out if I could put one in the backyard. I just love them. I think they just make a lot of sense. I watch Tiny House Nation all the time.
Do you?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, now every price in America is high as a giraffe's coochie. So I'm trying to figure out.
Did she say a giraffe's coochie?
A giraffe's cooch.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Same difference.
We were talking about your fashions a little earlier.
When you say you, who do you mean?
I was talking about your fashion.
Mm-hmm.
So
what?
If you go to our social media, I'm going to post a fabulous picture of you that I dug up because you've been giving looks for many moons, my dear. I mean, where are you here doing this with such a frock?
I cannot believe.
Listen, let me tell you something. My daughter Hannah dug up this picture.
I am going to kill your faux brother. Say goodbye to him.
Well, listen, you can't kill the research team. How we're not going to have a show?
I'll kill him after the show. Well, that was my first movie premiere.
Was it?
Yes. Was it Uptown Saturday Night, I
Are
think?
you
It was with Richard
serious?
Pryor. Because I was so enthralled, not with Jim, although his chest was
Oh
kind of
my
nice at that
gosh,
time.
this is a
I mean,
great
he was all
picture.
that's how he showed up to my house, girl, to pick me up with his
Are you
chest out with the fur.
serious?
That's how he showed
Who
up.
dressed you? Was this like a Mackie gown, or I mean,
No, I don't know if it was about Mackie gown. It was mostly, those feathers that we used, those stoles that we
The
used
boa.
to do. The boa.
Okay.
But girl, I spent the whole time with Jim. He kept telling me, turn back around, turn around. Because I was just staring at everybody. I was like, ooh, look, there's so-and-so. Ooh, look, there's Richard Pryor. Ooh, look, there's Bill Cosby. Ooh, there was...
And he's standing there looking like a whole peacock. You wasn't looking at him?
Mhm. I wasn't thinking about him. I wasn't
wow.
thinking about him. I already had him sold up.
Oh my goodness, you are so flawless. Oh my goodness. This is cute.
He asked Tony if he could ask me out. He said,
Are you serious?
You think I can ask her out to a premiere? And Tony laughs about it all the time. He said, she gonna have you so messed up, man.
So your oh no.
I didn't.
You out there hurting folks' feelings?
We didn't date that long.
Really?
We didn't date long. No, he was scary.
What's not long?
Probably 2 or 3 months or something.
Oh, you know I'm nosy.
That was like 2 or 3 dates. So
okay.
In that 2 or 3 months. But he was cool.
Wow.
He was cool.
Okay. And you are fabulous.
Well, thank you, darling.
Per usual.
You see, I was cheesing like a fat cat in a cheese factory, showing every tooth in my head.
I could not wait to pull up this picture.
I didn't know what you were getting. Girl, I'll see you later.
That's right. I got a million of them.
Because I got some pictures around this house, girl, of you.
Oh, I hope not of me in that side ponytail.
Oh, honey. Not just the side, the top, and everything. Got all of them.
No.
So get ready to get the heck up out of here.
All right.
These people are sick of us. That is it for the show this week. But people, stay tuned.
Yeah, we're going to rewatch each episode of Family Matters week by week. So make sure to rewatch the show right along with us. You can catch it on Hulu and TBS and a bunch of other places.
Welcome to the Family with Telma and Kelly is a production of iHeart Podcasts and Audiation. It's hosted by me, Telma Hopkins.
And me, Kelly Williams.
Our executive producers are Sandy Smallins for Audiation, Adam Rip, J.D. Hopkins, who also happens to be my son and Kelly's faux bro, and Jonathan Strickland for iHeart Podcasts.
The show is produced by Telma and I, but our series producer is Ireland Meacham, and our theme song's lyrics were written by J.D. Hopkins and Adam Rip. The theme song was scored and mixed by Matt Noble, who's also our series mixer.
And we'd like to thank Nikki Etour and the entire iHeart Podcast team. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Follow us on Instagram at Welcome to the Family Pod for behind-the-scenes photos and more bonus content.
And don't forget to leave us a voicemail at our website, thefamilymatterspod.com. We want to hear your thoughts and favorite memories of the show. And let us know if you need advice, because we're good for some bad advice. We might be able to help you with your own family matters.
And make sure to rate and review us wherever you're listening. We are so excited to have you guys along for the ride.
Yes, welcome to the family, y'all. And we'll see you next time.
Welcome to the family.
Audiation.
With the Venmo debit card, a taco in one hand and ordering a ride in the other means you're stacking your rewards. Nice. Get up to 5% cash back with Venmo Stash on your favorite brands when you pay with your Venmo debit card. From takeout to ride shares, entertainment, and more. Pick a bundle with your go-tos and start earning cash back at those brands. Do more stash, get more cash. Venmo Stash bundle terms and exclusions apply. See terms at venmo.me/stash terms. Max $100 cash back per month.
You know that feeling when a story just grabs you and won't let go? That's the kind of drama that's waiting for you on Disney Plus Hulu. Mysterious post-apocalyptic thrillers like the acclaimed Hulu original, Paradise. Action-adventure dramas like Daredevil Born Again. And iconic medical dramas like Grey's Anatomy. Or maybe you want your drama with a side of comic relief with shows like High Potential. Find the drama you want on Disney Plus and Hulu with a bundle subscription. Terms apply.
Owning a home is full of surprises. Some wonderful, some
Not so much. And when something breaks, it can feel like the whole day unravels. That's why HomeServe exists. For as little as $4.99 a month, you'll always have someone to call. A trusted professional ready to help, bringing peace of mind to 4.5 million homeowners nationwide. For plans starting at just $4.99 a month, go to homeserve.com. That's homeserve.com. Not available everywhere. Most plans range between $4.99 to $11.99 a month your first year. Terms apply on covered repairs.
Hey, this is U.S. Olympic gold medalist Tara Davis Woodhull.
And I'm U.S. Paralympic gold medalist Hunter Woodhull.
As athletes, our lives are about having a clear path.
And a team that you can absolutely trust.
So when it came to getting the best mortgage,
we chose PennyMac.
PennyMac is proud to be the official mortgage provider of Team USA and you.
Learn more at pennymac.com. PennyMac Loan Services, LLC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS ID 35953. Licensed by the Department of Financial Protection and Innovation under the California Residential Mortgage Lending Act. Conditions and restrictions may apply.
This is an iHeart podcast. Guaranteed Human.